The single most important idea behind American political culture is social contract theory, so let's get it precisely, in its broadest form. Social contract theory holds that legitimate political authority comes not from divine mandate or hereditary right, but from an agreement among individuals to create a government and give it certain powers in exchange for protecting their rights and security. Now, this theory came in very different flavors, and the differences matter enormously. Let's compare two thinkers. First, Thomas Hobbes, writing during the chaos of the English Civil War. Hobbes began with a grim picture of the state of nature, life before any government. Without a common authority to enforce agreements, he said, life would be solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, in short. Everyone would be locked in a war of all against all, driven by fear. To escape this, individuals agreed to surrender virtually all their natural freedom to a sovereign, the Leviathan, in exchange for order and security. And for Hobbes, this contract was essentially irrevocable. Once you've submitted to the sovereign, you have no right to resist or overthrow it. You can see why Hobbes had watched a civil war and feared disorder above almost everything. Then comes John Locke, and his version is far more congenial to revolution. Locke's state of nature is not a war of all against all. It's governed by natural law, where people have natural rights to life, liberty, and property. People form governments not to escape sheer terror, but for the more limited purpose of protecting those pre-existing rights more securely. And here's the revolutionary payoff. Because government exists only to protect natural rights, its authority is conditional. If a government systematically violates the rights it was created to protect, it breaks the contract and the people have a right to alter or abolish it and establish a new one. That difference is everything. Hobbes hands you a sovereign you can never resist. Locke hands you a sovereign you can legitimately overthrow when it betrays its purpose. And when Thomas Jefferson sat down to write the Declaration, the Lockean architecture is unmistakable. The document grounds rights in natural law, defines government's purpose as protecting those rights, argues the British Crown violated its contractual obligations, and asserts the people's right to establish new government. Jefferson famously swapped Locke's property for the pursuit of happiness as the third natural right, but the structure is pure Locke. The Declaration didn't just announce independence, it offered a philosophically sophisticated justification for it, in terms claiming validity independent of any particular legal tradition.